Hey there, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. It's good to be back. I've been doing quite a bit of traveling for work recently, and just been busy with work in general. So I apologize for not having the time to do one of these. But it's good to be back and talking about the weather again. We do have two areas of concern. There's this one upper level low that's centered across looks like St. George, Utah, far southern Nevada. That will be our system of interest for us here in Denver into the weekend. Then we also have this other upper level low across Illinois and Missouri that brought Illinois, Indiana, Ohio some severe weather earlier today. I believe that threat has kind of started to taper off. Brought them some damaging winds, large hail. I believe there was even a tornado reported just northeast of Indianapolis earlier today, but things look to have quieted down a little bit there. Mainly just some showers and thunderstorms there tonight, but nothing too much in the way of severe weather. Another weak little upper level low across parts of Hudson Bay, northern Ontario, and it's just kind of drifting off into the higher latitudes. That sounded kind of poetic, but okay. Yeah, just radar imagery, kind of a similar what we'd expect from satellite imagery. You can see just there's that counterclockwise circulation associated with the low, bringing Arizona, Utah, Nevada, western Colorado, Wyoming, Idaho, Great Basin area. Some rain showers, maybe even a few snow showers across throughout the mountains. Then we have our showers and thunderstorms really across the whole east third of the country, and so kind of a wet, soggy, stormy night for them out there. But yeah, looks like things have really tapered off there compared to at least earlier today, where there was quite a bit of severe weather. And of course, just going back, just pretty quiet across central southern plains. Here in Denver, just a fairly quiet evening. Did see a few high base gusty showers earlier today in Denver. This is what we call an inverted V profile, so kind of some high base convection or high base clouds and very dry subcloud layer. There's a 36-degree dew point depression at the surface. So what we see is a lot of virga or rain evaporating before it reaches the ground. So see this rain, it evaporates, which is a cooling process in the subcloud layer. And of course that colder air is denser than the surrounding air, so it's negatively buoyant, so it is rushed down to the surface, so we feel a lot of our showers as wind. A lot of that rain doesn't even make it to the ground. So it's pretty common to see this here in Denver in the summer, and this time of year too, I suppose. High base showers and storms, but yeah, even a little bit of tape. It's like right around 600 millibars, and just some 10 knot easterly upslope. So also 0.47 inches of precipitable water, which I believe is pretty high for us this time of year. I believe we should be like 0.25. That's just our climatology. That's what it says. But just kind of a side note. Things will get more active into the weekend, though, and we will definitely moisten quite a bit more. Yeah, we hit 67 degrees at Denver International Airport today, which is 9 degrees above our average high for the day of 58 degrees. I believe the sensor at DIA has been having some maintenance issues. Needs some maintenance. There's that dollar sign, meaning we need maintenance, and it's going to cost some money to fix. But yeah, as I talked about, there's that virga overhead in Bedog from 153Z, so it's 7:53 Mountain Daylight Time. But yeah, it's a pretty mild night. Mainly just 50s, upper 40s. East of the Front Range here, along the I-25 corridor. But one last calm night. Hope everyone got to get out and enjoy the dry weather today and mild weather. If you didn't get the chance to, I mean, it's a good night to take a walk. It's pretty nice outside. I'm about to do that after this. So yeah, so enjoy it, because we're going to start to cool off, especially into tomorrow night and into Friday, and it's going to be kind of a stormy, wet, possibly snowy night for many. Yeah, there's those surface observations that I talked about, just generally 40s, 50s, eastern Colorado. Nothing too crazy. All right, just looking at the 0Z GFS. This is at 250 millibars, so we're looking way up in the atmosphere, kind of at the jet core level of the jet stream. I've been kind of feeling the synoptic meteorology tonight, so just going to kind of do some quick references. So here we have this meridional-oriented, north-south oriented jet. It's like 100, 150, 160 knots over eastern Washington, Oregon. So we have what's called the QG high tendency equation. So it depends on three things actually. So first one is vorticity advection. So positive vorticity advection will tell you where the trough is going to propagate. So we have vorticity advection, looks like on the west or the left side of the trough axis. So we should expect the trough to propagate in the direction of where the vorticity is being advected, which is to the south, because we're seeing, we have higher area vorticity, or so vorticity is a function of wind speed. T dv dx minus du dy. So let's see, it's related. But yeah, so we'll expect this trough to dig south, because that's where the vorticity is being advected. Also, it depends on, this is more the development of ridges and troughs, where we're seeing differential thermal advection, or how temperature advection changes with height. So increasing warm air advection with height would result in a ridge building or developing. And also there's the diabatic effect, so if we're releasing latent heat or stuff like that. Anything that involves a phase change. So yeah, we'll expect this trough to dig, which it will, and it looks like it closes off across Utah and really just the Four Corners area, and this will be our area of interest. And so snow is kind of a question for us in Denver. Looks like we're going to be hovering right around freezing. Palmer Divide, almost definitely we're going to see some snow. Mountains and foothills will also get a good around the snow. But Denver, yeah, it's looking kind of like could just be a pretty slushy, wet snow mess. I don't know if roads are just going to be wet, but just plan on taking some extra time wherever you're planning on going. Surely along the Palmer Divide, so anyway, if you're traveling between Denver, Colorado Springs, it's going to be pretty slick Friday night into Saturday. Monument Hill, especially those areas that are 6,000, 7,000 feet, I mean, they're probably going to be seeing quite a bit of snow. So just take it slow. Don't rush. Please just drive safe. That's what I want. Anyways, the amount of moisture we see here in Denver will largely depend on the track of the storm. So more of a southerly track will lead to less moisture for us here in Denver. Obviously great moisture for southern Colorado, but yeah, more of a northerly track, that would mean more moisture for us here in Denver. So it's going to depend on that. But yeah, this kind of just chills out here for a while. It's a little bit too far south, at least what the GFS is showing, for an ideal setup here in Denver. But again, things will likely change. But yeah, this is Saturday, and looks like we might even see a little bit of a left exit influence of the jet here. It's a 120 knot jet. So left exit region, that's good for upper level divergence. That tends to draw air upwards and leading to cloud formation and ultimately precipitation. If we split up our jet into 4 quadrants, there's this left exit region right here. Denver is in there, so that could work in our favor, especially if we're considering any jet-induced snow. But yeah, those banding is just extremely hard to pinpoint, especially when you throw in topography. So yeah, just one of the many things that makes forecasting here in Denver so complicated. Anyways, I'm kind of going off on a rant, but yeah, just going to look at 2-meter temperatures to show you how borderline we're going to be. Yeah, so tomorrow mainly just a kind of a gloomy, kind of an ugly day, because things are likely going to start out as rain, especially in the lower elevations. Denver will probably start out as rain. Yeah, kind of upper 30s, low 40s for highs tomorrow. You can see that easterly upslope, so not the most pleasant of a day for your Friday, but oh well, we'll take the moisture, at least I will. But yeah, you can see that freezing line, it's that white line. Kind of just hovers in and around Denver. Palmer Divide will be cooler because it's a little bit higher up, but yeah, just it might be one of those cases where, I mean, Parker, we get, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 inches of wet snow. Denver sees maybe an inch of slush, and Monument Hill, just to my south, they might get upwards of a foot. So we'll have to see how things pan out. Please follow Weather 5280. We try and keep you updated as much as we can. We'll probably do another update tomorrow. So yeah, we try our best to keep everyone posted and informed on the details regarding these systems. Another area of concern that I have is just winds. This is at 700 millibars, so just upslope is looking fairly weak. Just, yeah, 10, 15 knot upslope at 700 millibars, so that's actually quite a bit. It's a little bit up there. And yeah, with a system like this, I'd just like to see, if we want to see really a lot of moisture here in Denver, I'd want to see 20, 25 knot upslope at 700 millibars, but really, really not seeing that. But again, details still kind of need to be sorted out with this system. The NAM and GFS kind of been a little bit inconsistent with each other as of recent. GFS has been showing quite a bit more precip here in Denver, whereas the NAM is showing quite a bit less. So we'll see who wins out. But NAM isn't great here with all the topography, so we shall see. Yeah, just going to talk a little bit about severe weather across kind of the central and southern plains into Saturday. I'm not terribly excited about it, but so we have that wave that we saw ejecting out of the high plains. What's going to be bringing us a lot of severe weather, and we can see that downstream ridge. So we know warm air advection. And yeah, again, start to get the return flow getting going back again, but really dew points just not that impressive, kind of lower 50s, at least early on Saturday, and then we start to kind of bring some of that richer moisture into the southerly flow. But still, yeah, I mean, upper 50s maybe at best across western Oklahoma. Just not ideal for severe weather, and because we tend to get those higher LCLs, and really it's not ideal for tornado genesis. But large hail, sure, maybe some damaging winds, but not overly impressive severe weather setup. And you can see just kind of a function of that marginal moisture. If we just look at most unstable Cape. I mean, there's a pretty narrow axis Saturday. Kind of looks like, yeah, western Oklahoma, but yeah, generally 1,000 joules per kilogram, which is sufficient, but it's not like explosive. That wouldn't really lead to explosive updrafts. And that's just mainly just a function of moisture content. So yeah, I guess we'll just look at 2 meter theta E, equivalent potential temperature. So there's that warm front. That's my guess where most of the severe weather will be confined to. Looks like there's also a little bit of I don't even want to call that a dry line across West Texas, but maybe a little bit of a dry line, weak dry line. But yeah, there's the warm front across central Oklahoma. So I don't know. We'll keep an eye on it again, but not overly excited in terms of severe weather at this point across that area. Yeah, just want to quick run through the long range pattern, or medium range pattern, I should say. This is at 500 millibars from the 0Z GFS. But yeah, there's our system of interest here in Denver, and then we see another secondary wave push in Tuesday. So Tuesday might be another showerier, more active day here in Denver, but the trough doesn't really dig as much as we'd like it to. There's kind of another northwesterly flow event, even straight out of the west here in Denver. So obviously that would mean more of a downsloping flow regime, but few days away. So we'll hold off on that for now. Then we start to see more of a long wave ridge building across the western half of the country, here in Denver as well. So that will probably mean just a warm up second half of next week. But again, not going to get into details. But yeah, maybe a milder end of next week. So something to look forward to, or not to look forward to, depending on if you like snow or not. But anyways, thanks for watching. Try and do these more often. But yeah, stay safe, stay warm, drive safely, please. All right, have a good evening.